An AI coach to boost work at home performance. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Net2phone is President Jonah Fink. Hi, Jonah.
Good morning, Fred. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
Great and great to see you. And before we hear about this new tool you have, let's get a quick background on Net2phone. You've been in the communication space for quite some time now.
Yes, fortunate to be with the parent company, IDT, now for 25 years. Really been part of the journey from, I'm not going to say from A to Z, but halfway through the alphabet, Fred, where we've really started as the pioneer of voice over IP back in the late 90s. And through a wonderful and exciting journey through Net2phone, we've been able to serve the consumer to the small business. And now this morning, we're able to talk, Fred, about mid-market and enterprise and the value that Net2phone is bringing to the market today.
So let's talk about Net2phone Coach. What is it?
Great question, and that's what we're talking about this morning. Net2phone Coach is a new product release, which all of your listeners can learn about at www.net2phone.com/coach. And what it is a real-time coach on the football field for businesses. It allows both the employee and the employer to create a wonderful bridge surrounded by the value of optimization. Starting with the employee. Employees can really improve their workmanship, their engagement with their customers. Why is Frank selling more than Tony? What are the different value steps that they're taking during their day? The volume of the calls, the quality of their calls. Coach is a real-time AI-driven engine that allows us to monitor, analyze, help, coach, and guide both the employer and the employee on Main Street to be able to sort of flex, improve, and work on their processes by the system learning more.
So step us through the experience here from maybe the employee's perspective.
100%. So Net2phone, as we sort of began the conversation, we're a cloud communications provider. We allow businesses to transition their antiquated business phone systems to Net2phone over the cloud, where we modernize their phone system literally overnight. Beyond just modernizing their phone system, Fred, through dial tone, messaging, and video, now through our AI capabilities, we're able to release a product like Coach, where we're able to analyze their phone calls, the employees' emails, their video chats, their SMS, and we're able to, again, help both the employee and the employer do better, to be able to work better. We all know the challenges, Fred, and today, 2025, the challenges of the remote workforce, the hybrid remote workforce, where employees and employers, I think in 2025, feel very disengaged. And Coach allows them to come together to work on the same scoreboard of X's and O's and know where to optimize, know where to perform better. Whether it's in your sales department, your service or support department, we're able to monitor and able to coach the entire ecosystem of your business on where the points of optimization need to be carried through.
So what kinds of things might it be telling me if I'm an employee and using Coach?
One of the first things that we've done as we released Coach, Fred, is that we really wanted to use it within our own systems. We're a company well over 1,200 employees. We ourselves are in a hybrid setup. We understand what are some of the metrics where we can do better, such as, why has Carlos made 80 phone calls today, yet Frank has made 30? Why has, again, Carlos been able to line up maybe more demos during his day with prospects and clients, where the same sentiment that we're able to track sentiment and value during the conversations are not being carried through by Frank, really understanding optimization, the presence, the accessibility of the employee. We all know Jamie Dimon's very sort of salty speech where he gave this idea that he felt that his employees were not that accessible on a Friday afternoon. He felt that taking calls and taking messages and being able to take it over the net wasn't so simple on a Friday afternoon. Through Coach, we're able to keep that team together. We're able to have them accessible. We're able to have them present. We're able to monitor what they're working on and where they feel they're able to bring more value to the organization.
What do you say to people, maybe it would be the employees more than the employers, who might have concerns about privacy or those kinds of things. When
Yeah,
in
coach is not.
conversations.
There's sort of a, sorry to interrupt you, Fred. There's sort of a tagline in the office, coach is not designed to poach. The idea here is for us not to step over that line at all in terms of privacy or confidentiality. That is not at all the case. The case is to make sure that we are, again, that football field coach that is looking at all the players and understanding how could they position them better? Where could they improve? How could their conversations be more poignant and maybe more targeted to to the right type of target audience that they're going after? It's a helping tool. It's a tool which analyzes and monitors and offers suggestions just by listening, for example, to the sentiment of the voice. So by no means is coach looking to carry that stick. In fact, it's surrounded by a value of a carrot where both the employee and the employer could get better. The fact is that today, Fred, 14% of the US employee base is remote. They analyze that coming in the next few years, 22% of US employees are going to be working from home. And as much as that sort of gives the employee flexibility, we want to make sure engagement is up. We want to make sure performance is up. We want to make sure KPIs are being met. And that's really a bridge that coach builds and forms between the employee and the employer in the locker room at halftime, being able to analyze and monitor where the organization needs to get better.
So even with the back to the office headlines that we see now and then, you see remote work rising.
Yeah, I see remote work rising. Not I. The statistics show it. It's a new world. It's not only sort of being embraced, but it's being executed upon, and remote workforce is here to stay, perhaps in a format that we may not necessarily see today. And perhaps it's more hybrid, but being on that single platform of coach, Fred, whether you're in the office, whether you're out of the office, whether you're in the airport in Jakarta, we're able again to coach you and guide you on what are the proper follow-ups in your conversations. Again, how could your messages and your interactions be more valuable? So to answer your question more specifically, yes, remote work is here. The stats show that it's really here to grow in a certain way, and we need to be prepared for it. The worst type of setup that we could have is where the employee is fully disengaged. It doesn't give an employer a sense of confidence behind the business, and coach allows the objectives to be met, for the targets to be sort of drawn out and for the targets to be met. So it's a very interesting application for the business workplace today.
So how much does this technology add to the costs of the basic phone system?
I'm glad that you asked, Fred. So the basic phone system for Net2phone, and again, if you want to learn of the basics of the full solution for Net2phone cloud communications, please visit www.net2phone.com. We offer the business on Main Street the ability to transition their antiquated business communication system to the cloud, where they benefit from our dial tone messaging and voice from a fraction of what some of the legacy providers are offering on Main Street. Here we are today adding an additional topping, adding an additional layer to Coach. Coach is now coming and embracing Net2phone's technology, already serving the business on Main Street with communications. And now we're layering on artificial intelligence to, again, coach and guide the employee and the employer. A standard business line for standard business communications is $24.99. That is for Net2phone's cloud communications suite. To add on Coach and all of its different flavors, we're looking at an additional $50 per user. And that allows the user to bridge with the employer. I myself, Fred, I'm a Coach user. I'm already using it, and I'm already seeing the benefit of my day. Within Net2phone, we have 600 employees, and now I'm able to look at sales, support, billing, and operations. I'm able to look at the employees, and I'm able to look at their activities, their presence, and their scale throughout the day.
And just to clarify, is Coach is monitoring the conversations and emails of what an employee is doing?
Coach is the technology which pipes the phone conversations, the video conversations, the emails, and the text into the platform. The platform then takes the information in and sort of massages it into a really intuitive, friendly dashboard, real lifetime dashboard, where you could, again, engage with your employees, have conversations with your employees, and really get better through the day. I myself just used it yesterday where I had a real life, live scenario where we were able to speak with one of our employees in Costa Rica. This is a great, Coach is a great solution for businesses that are multi-tenant, that have different facilities around the world. I was able to speak to one of our valued employees in Costa Rica and offer suggestions by listening to some of their recorded calls on how they can do better, on how they can line up a demonstration with the prospect better, and being able to offer suggestions.
And you were listening to the audio, or you're getting a transcript or a synopsis from Coach?
Thank you, Fred. Both. We were able to listen to the call recording, listen to the transcription, or read the transcription. And beyond that, AI is able to coach and guide through the transcription where Carlos could improve and where his conversations could get better. How many demos did he line up? Again, why? What are some of the key points that he mentioned during his conversations that really sort of, for a lack of a better word, hooked the prospect to learn more?
So where can people go to learn more?
Perfect question. So today, again, to learn about the full cloud communications Net2phone portfolio, that's net2phone.com. Add a slash coach, www.net2phone.com/coach. Specifically learn more about the coach additional topping, that additional layer of artificial intelligence that we talked about this morning, which is a perfect value add and bundle into the Net2phone product line.
Again, Net2phone, it's the numeral 2 phone.
That's right, the number 2.
Jonah Fink, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Likewise, I enjoyed the conversation, Fred. Thank you.